What have I learned this week from talking to His Holiness Radhanath Swami, my mate, the Krishna Consciousness teacher, beloved holy man? Well, I learned a load of stuff. I like it when people use, what, can I ask you what you're chuckling at, please, Jenny Mayfin? Because you're meant to be producing this. I learned a lot of things. Here's a few things that I learned. I like using the analogy for God that he uses about the sun. There is the sun itself, some great series of nuclear fissions and fusions, which I also learned this week about. And then there is the radiance of the sun. All the sun's light is necessary for all phenomena, for all biology, for all chemistry. All the sun is participating in all. So even if you just wanted to have a sort of an almost materialistic understanding of God, you could consider it to be the sort of energy systems that are unifying, had one central point in the past, and that we are all experiencing, and indeed are therefore omnipresent and omnipotent in that they are all things. It's difficult, isn't it? Because people sort of schooled on dualism think of God as sort of like it might be a Captain America or sort of a superhero that's rooting for mankind, a muscular Christ in a thigh-high booty cheering you on from the sidelines. But no, God is beyond individualism, beyond all separation, absolute oneness. So this sun metaphor is good for that. There is the sun, God, the creator, then there is the radiance of the sun, all of the life and phenomena that exist as a result of the sun. Like that bit. I liked his emphasis that we need spiritual communities in order to support one another. The 12-step technique under which I keep my shit together suggests a similar thing. You need epiphany, the moment of, hold on a minute, I want to live differently, I don't want to be that person anymore. Then you need the sustaining support of a spiritual community. You can't surround yourself by naysayers, can you? Naysayers, they'll be no good for you. You need positive people telling you you're doing the right thing. Let's keep going, let's plough on with the spiritual life. We've tried the material world, we've tried educating ourselves, ornamenting ourselves, glorifying in the fruits of the ego, and where has it led us? To a hollow, empty chamber of nothingness. So what I suggest you do is watch the or listen to the Under the Skin episode of Radhanath Swami. Very, very educational. Furthermore, on a more political level, they've got this eco village out in Mumbai where like highly educated folk work along with the people that live around there anyway to create a carbon neutral, ecologically responsible village. The Krishna folk, they ain't vegan, they're vegetarian, ain't they? They keep like a bunch of cows there. Beautiful, them cows are happy as Larry. I went there before to that eco village, I remembered it. And I give them cows such a lovely stroking. And their cows over in Watford, wonderful cows, bloody great big things, like barns they are. Have you met them cows? They're enormous, you ain't seen cows like it. Lovely. Also what I remember there is that they fully process all of the, like when you do, look, I don't want to be profane, but when you do a what's name down the old lavvy, that is immediately processed and goes back into the system. Like it becomes clear as water once all the toxins are removed, and it's used to, like, you know, fertilise their numerous crops, notably papaya. Meaning, I suppose, that the concept of waste is a construct. It is not waste at all if you live responsibly. Think about what it's like when you come home from the shops, all this plastic, all this clutter, all this nonsense, all this clatter queuing up in line there, masked up, socially distanced, acquiring all this crap. You know that you're living in a disconnected way, that we are living in a disconnected way. Imagine living harmoniously in eco-villages where the sacred was at the forefront of your experience, at the forefront of your mind. By the sacred, I mean that we are one, that we are together, the animals, each other, God, God's self, all one, living in harmony, and that our reality, our systems are an expression of that, not some mad expression of constructed hierarchies and bizarre competitions and constructed narratives, whether those narratives are economic or nationalistic. They are constructs. And people all the time go, religion's made up. What, like a country's not made up? An economy's not made up? If you think a religion's made up, and you might be right, then you've got to acknowledge that all things are made up. They're all passed through human consciousness. The only sort of laws we know are things like gravity, and they're probably more like local customs than anything absolute. So that's what I've learned this week. What the hell have you been doing? Looking at Instagram, looking at Facebook, looking at YouTube. I've been doing that as well. I always do. I can't help myself. What are we doing? Here is Lord Krishna behold him playfully, cheekily, androgynously, full of mirth, beyond gender, beyond sex, referred to as male, but clearly beyond male, blowing new frequencies and being into life through his flute, like music and vibration, creating new beingness. That's what I've learned this week. Thank you very much.